Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Chicago Soccer Talk with Collin. There's not a lot of great news to talk about for this week's episode, so we're going to keep it short and sweet. The news pretty much regards the ending of both seasons for the Fire and Red Stars. Both seasons are coming to a close soon. Most of the news revolves around scheduling and end of season talk. So let's get to that now. First, we'll start with the Red Stars. The Red Stars season is almost over, 2 matches left. The Red Stars most likely will not be making it to the playoffs. There's no celebration, no dancing in the streets. For the Red Stars, most likely, we have 2 matches against Kansas City Current and OO Reign left. Then the season will be over. Against the OO Reign is the end of the season in Kansas City. The Red Stars currently have 24 points in this season's standings. They need at least minimum 28 to even contend for a playoff spot. 8 teams make it out of 12 in the standings. And the Red Stars, basically what they need to do is go undefeated, so beat Kansas City, beat OO Reign, which would get them to 30 points minimum. And they need to hope that teams in front of them, for example, OO Reign is in front of them, other teams as well, need to hope that the teams stumble, don't win any matches, which unlikely. And they need to just win both matches, hope that on goal differential, teams in front of them stumble, because they're towards the bottom of the standings. So basically they need to win both those, hope teams fail in front of them, then they'll sneak into the playoffs somehow, which I don't see that happening. They have been better lately, winning, drawing some recent matches. So basically they need to take care of business against those 2 clubs. In all honesty, I don't see that happening. I pretty much already, as a fan, expect them to maybe win one of those, and then that's it. So the Red Stars will be eliminated from playoffs. And I'm not going to say this season was a failure, because as a fan, a lot of the best players have left. We have a lot of young players who have made their debuts this season. We do have some veterans still, but the majority of the roster has been younger players. So has it been disappointment? Yes, I would say overall it has been. But I'm not going to start screaming, yelling, throwing a fit, throwing items, cursing, saying they failed me as a fan. What a big failure. I'm not going to say that because that'd be unrealistic. And I don't want to go on here and start throwing a fit and saying that I'm not going to watch next season because I'm so angry, so furious about the results. Because overall, it was a disappointment, but it's more in line with what I expected as a fan and someone who covers the team and does research and looks at different things around the sport. So out of 10, let's say that for example, so one being the biggest disappointment, 10 being like, this was pretty good. I'd say disappointment, 5 out of 10. So in the middle, I was disappointed, but I'm not devastated or furious. Just hoping next season, the younger players they got in the draft and make some players they draft in free agency or pick up free agency, help the club overall, getting the younger players more experience, more training under the new coach, and then new players they pick up free agency, help the team in team building, team culture, and skill and experience. Those 4 areas can be molded into a more successful club. And realistic, based on the club now, maybe with the more experienced, more skilled players, the team can make it to the playoff next season. Maybe, like for example, let's say 8th seed. That's not an unrealistic goal, in my opinion, I don't think. So let's say maybe the Red Stars make it as the 8th seed next season. That's not completely unbelievable. But this season coming to a close, and overall it was disappointing, but it can't be great every year. and the Red Stars at times did have good matches, and some players did play well. So it's good to cover the team. I'm not exactly sure yet what I'm going to do when the season ends for both the Fire and the Red Stars, because this is my first season doing the Chicago Soccer Talk podcast / YouTube show, mainly YouTube show. And we'll see how the offseason goes. I'll cover free agent moves in the draft and loans / trades. So we'll see how that works. But thank you for following the show and becoming interested in the Red Stars news, matches, result, and loan / free agent moves as well. So now let's move to the Chicago Fire. That's the second team we'll talk about today. Their season's almost coming to a close as well. But this news, dramatic, big, explosive. So all year, once Lionel Messi left and he joined Inter Miami, there's been hullabaloo, like big news. People are like, I never go to a Chicago Fire match ever in my whole life, but now I need to pay over $500 to go to this match to see Messi take on the Fire at Soldier Field. People are like, I'll pay hundreds of millions of dollars. I'll pay hundreds of dollars to go see Messi in the United States, which is understandable. If I was able to afford that, I definitely would have tried to go to the match to see Messi in person, probably for the only time ever. That would have been really amazing. I really would have been excited. I would have tried to pay a good amount of money to go. Not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Maybe, if, for example, I could have paid maybe like $200, $150. I would have tried to go for a friend to the match. That would have been really exciting. It would have been great to see him in person. Even if I had bad seats, I would have paid that to go see him. I would have really enjoyed it. But the explosive news is the Fire have been covering. They've been advertising, marketing this match for as long as he arrived. They're like, it's going to be amazing. There's going to be an amazing halftime show. Messi at Soldier Field. Unbelievable. Media's been covering it. YouTube, podcasts have been covering. Like, they're salivating at the opportunity to see him in person. But here's where the big disappointing news arrived. Messi's had this weird, mysterious illness for the last couple of matches, and his opportunity to play against the Fire is in doubt right now. Major doubt, actually, it sounds like more likely. It's unlikely he's going to be playing against the Fire. So this Fire sellout, over 60,000 fans have paid and will be arriving at the match. And the Fire usually average second worst attendance in the league. So 60,000 fans were promised Messi would be there against the Fire. He'd take on our club. He won't be there, it looks like. So that's going to be a big blow. But the Fire have told fans that they will be getting a $250 credit for the 2024 season, or a $50 credit up to membership next season. So the people who did pay money to go to this match to see Messi will be getting some sort of reimbursement for their money that they spent to see Messi, because the Fire do know that it looks horrible on their part. They're advertising, marketing this match for months. They're like, there's going to be dancing, there's going to be excitement, there's going to be explosiveness in the air when Messi takes on our club. But it looks like he won't be playing whatsoever. So I'm kind of glad I didn't pay hundreds of dollars when he won't be there. I kind of had a gut feeling that it was a little early to start screaming, dancing, marketing that he'd be playing no matter what. Because some of these big players don't always play every match. Especially, for example, in the MLS. Because he did get hurt. And it was not set in stone he'd be playing every match in like League Cup matches or in regular season matches. When he has played for Inter Miami, it's been really good. He's scored a lot of goals. He's had positive success on the club. But once this mysterious illness occurred, I was like, looks like he might not be playing. In the end, most likely he won't be tonight, October 4th, Wednesday. So in the end, he probably won't play. And the fans who shelled a lot of money, won't be seeing him in person. I wouldn't be shocked if the amount of people going to the match takes a big hit. Of the people who are paying $60,000 in the amount of fans, 60,000 fans, I wouldn't be shocked if some of them who heard the news take the credit and stay home instead of going. Because seeing Inter Miami, which is a poor club, they're one of the worst in MLS, Fire are pretty bad too. But if they're like, no Messi, I don't know these people, I don't care about them whatsoever, they might just take the credit, stay home. So that's the news I have for the Fire and Red Stars. Red Stars and Fire season's coming to end. Disappointing Messi news. Disappointing end of a season overall for the Red Stars. So thank you for listening for this week's episode of Chicago Soccer Talk. This was the 16th. My goal is to probably get to maybe around 20 for this season. Then we'll call it an end, and then we'll get to off season. Thank you so much for being a fan. Enjoy your support. See you next time.